On January 13th, 2017, Nintendo held a press conference in Tokyo to reveal to consumers the technical details of their new system, the Nintendo Switch, as well as reveal information about the consoles. They also revealed information about the titles that would be seen on the system, some of which included Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Splatoon 2, Octopath Traveler, and the ever-infamous Shin Megami Tensei V. Although at that point, it was only a teaser trailer. After that, Shin Megami Tensei V went on to have an official reveal trailer that was released on Atlus Japan's YouTube channel on the 23rd of October 2017, and we have not seen them release anything about the game since. There have been countless rumors spread throughout the vast sea of the internet, with people attaching their hopes and dreams that this title will come to them one day. Hey guys, I'm Resident Unleashed, and I'm here with you all today to tell you what is really going on with the development of Shin Megami Tensei V. Keep in mind though, I'm going to go through things like so. I'm going to tell all of you the information about the games that exist, which unfortunately isn't much. I am then going to take this information and create a theory on the situation of the development of Shin Megami Tensei V, and use my knowledge of the video game industry, brought to you by a piece of paper that cost me $30,000, to solve this mystery. What we know about Shin Megami Tensei V is very limited. The game is said to be built completely from the ground up in a game engine they haven't used before, Unreal Engine 4, for a system that they haven't worked with quite yet, the Nintendo Switch. It promises to be a hybrid between the profound claim of Shin Megami Tensei III Nocturne and the demon-raising gameplay of Shin Megami Tensei IV that's set in modern-day Tokyo. We also know that Atlus brand manager Naoto Hiraoka has stated this: Shin Megami Tensei V is still in development, but it's the first time Atlus is taking on the challenge of developing games of the Nintendo Switch. There's many approaches, and the way to present the works is our challenge from now on, and please patiently wait for upcoming information. What we don't know is, well, everything else. It kind of feels like a giant tease with them revealing the information to us 2 years ago with no real follow-up to it. For me personally, Shin Megami Tensei V was the initial reason why I bought my Switch. Though not the only reason. I did want to play some of the other titles on the system. With all this in mind, I decided to ask myself why. Why is the game taking so long? Why did they release it in January of 2017? Why do it if they're not ready to follow it up? I've been pondering these questions for quite a while now, and here's what I've come up with. The trailers being dropped quite early could come down to one of two reasons. The first reason is for the 25th anniversary of Shin Megami Tensei, Atlus only had Strange Journey Redux lined up for it, and they wanted to present something more than just Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey Redux, which is just a 3DS port of a game that came out on the DS. So they released a teaser trailer for a Shin Megami Tensei game on the Switch. The other reason could link to the Switch's launch and Atlus wanting to show their support for the system just as other companies did. The answer to this next question is the reason why you guys are all here. Why is Shin Megami Tensei V taking so long to develop? Well, the answer is simple, really. Persona 5 is the reason why it's taking so long to develop. And before you all start hammering your keyboard and be all, they're making too many Persona games, they're making too many Persona 5 spin-offs, oh, they've got to focus on Shin Megami Tensei. I can just stop you right there. They're two different development teams. So the people who make Persona and the people who make Shin Megami Tensei are two different studios within Atlus. Make that clear. So it's not that they are making too many titles related to Persona 5, it's because of Persona 5 itself. Persona 5 received universal acclaim when it was released, some going as far as calling it the best JRPG of all time. Because of claims like this and the overall reception of Persona 5, Atlus have set a really high bar for themselves when it comes to releasing another installment in the Shin Megami Tensei universe. Basically, it has to either be equal or greater than the quality of Persona 5, and this would cause production to take a while. Why is this the case? Well, it's simple really. You'd only want your work to get better for your audience and for yourself. To make it worse is going backwards, and that might lose Atlus money, and fans too. If they're trying to make a game as good as Persona 5, I'm all for it. I absolutely love Persona 5, and if Shin Megami Tensei V lives up to those standards, heck, it might even be my favorite game of all time. Who knows at this point? All I can theorize is that they are trying their best to make one hell of an experience for both new and old Shin Megami Tensei fans alike. So just a side note, while making this video, I found direct evidence confirming my theory to be true. I found another quote from Naoto Hiraoka from the Taipei Game Shows that states, regarding Atlus's future challenges, because Persona 5 is a game which has achieved greatly, our biggest challenge now is to release a game that goes beyond the height of Persona 5, including the just mentioned Project ReFantasy, as well as some new projects which have not been announced. I hope that we can strive for excellence and to achieve results beyond Persona 5. Honestly, finding this made me ecstatic, due to coming up with a conclusion that turned out to be true. I mean, I've wanted this game for a while, and having something to ease my mind after dropping those 2 trailers really makes the wait less painful. At least for me anyway. So, a summary of all this is basically, the reason why Shin Megami Tensei V hasn't been released yet is because they want to make as good or preferably a better game than Persona 5. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video on Shin Megami Tensei V and why its development is taking so long. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if I have helped you in any way, shape or form, or if you like my content. And I will say that my name is Resident Unleashed, and I will see you next time.